Hey friends! In today's video, we are just hanging out. We are chatting, we're getting ready. I'm doing this makeup look. Every product that I'm using today is from Nordstrom, and I'm kind of highlighting the Nordstrom Anniversary beauty recommendations that I have. And I'm also sharing with you what I picked up from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. I did team up with Nordstrom for this video, so I want to thank them for sponsoring it. Okay, let's go ahead and kick this off and get started. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit of a chatty, kind of get ready with me. I'll be using all products from Nordstrom. I am going to be focusing on some of the Nordstrom Anniversary beauty exclusives that are available, so I will call those out when I do, but everything will be linked in the description box below and you can shop it all at Nordstrom. So I do already have my skincare on, but I haven't applied SPF yet today. I actually skipped my typical tinted SPF because I wanted to share with you a Nordstrom exclusive anniversary deal from Kiehl's. This is their Better Screen UV Serum SPF 50. It's $45. It's a value typically of almost $70, so it's usually $69, but you can get it for $45 during the anniversary sale. And I actually picked this up for Paul because he wants an SPF that's very lightweight and transparent. He doesn't like the white cast. Who really likes a white cast, right? But he was just looking for something that felt lightweight on his skin, but also offered really good sun protection. So I got this for him, but we're going to be using this today. I have used this in the past, and it's a really great lightweight SPF. I love that it has an SPF of 50, and I love that it is transparent. So I did about a pump and a half right here. It is very lightweight. It also feels very hydrating. So I'm just going to apply this on the skin. Feels so good. There's really no scent to it. Gives the skin a little bit of a glow, and it wears really well under makeup. So I think this is a great buy for, your husband or just to have around for kids or family summer activities. I love this, but you guys know I love my tinted SPF that I wear every day. So this, even though I love it, this was a purchase for Paul. Okay, let's go ahead and go into foundation. And I'm going to be using a foundation that is more of a full coverage matte foundation today. So I want to apply it while the skin is definitely still prepped and feels plump from the SPF. I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Blurring Foundation. This is the shade 2N. I love this foundation. It is full coverage, it is matte, it is very long wearing. I can put this on in the morning and my makeup will look amazing all day long. And I'm gonna start in the center of my face, but I'm going to really spread the product around the face, and then I'm gonna go back and tap to get full coverage. So typically when you see me apply foundation, if it's a lighter coverage foundation, I'll just pick up the foundation and start bouncing it on the skin. But when it's a more full coverage, heavier foundation, I like to spread it first. That way I can make that little amount of foundation work in a larger area of the face, and I don't have too much foundation build up in one area. So we're really gonna spread and blend all of this out, making that little bit of foundation cover a large area. And I also really like to work it into the brush. So I won't just pick it up and go straight to the face. I'll pick it up and then kind of pre-blend it on my hand. That way I don't get too much product on the brush. Because you can always go back and add more foundation, but if you over apply, that's when you run into trouble trying to make it look more natural and seamless. Perfect. Okay, so we have the foundation all applied. I didn't apply any underneath the eye. I always try to avoid taking my foundation up that high because I'm going to go in with concealer. And again, when you're especially underneath the eyes, you don't want to have a thick layer of product. Concealer is full coverage, so you don't need to add any more coverage from your foundation. Okay, let's go ahead and go in with concealer. And I want to chat real quickly about Trish McEvoy's anniversary planner that's available. So I've talked about this. I shared this a few months ago when I purchased this. This is the Trish McEvoy planner. I have it in black. This is the medium size. I think she comes out with a new planner like every year in terms of like the look of it. I just got the classic black and I filled this with my favorite products. So I have this planner ready to go. Everything I need is in it. I have everything from foundation to concealer to everything in here. The planner that you buy from her, you're not gonna have everything that you need, but you will have most. You won't have like your foundation, but you can always add that in. And I just like to have this to grab and go if I'm traveling and I don't wanna think about packing makeup, I can just grab this. If I'm going to the gym and I have to get ready at the gym, I can just grab this. It's just ready to go with everything I need. So I'm gonna be using the Trish McEvoy Eye Bare Essentials and also the Instant Eye Lift. This is also a little set that is available in the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. You can get these two products, and these are fantastic. So we're going to go in with the Instant Eye Lift first. This kind of works like a little color corrector. You can see that it's peach in color, a little peachy pink salmon color, and I'm going to apply it right here in the inner corner of the eye. And then I'm also going to apply it right here to kind of lift the eye. Okay, now for some, this could work as your concealer. I am gonna mix a concealer shade in with this just to kind of balance it out a little bit. But because this is pink and has that orange tint to it, it's gonna neutralize and cancel out any darkness, just giving me a more bright under eye full coverage. So let's go ahead and go in. Let me see what concealer I brought with me today. I actually have the Sicily concealer. This is the eye concealer with botanical extracts, and I have this shade too. I'm gonna put a little bit of this between just to kind of give myself a little bit more of a concealer shade, and we're gonna blend all of these together. This concealer is very nice. It has a little cooling tip applicator, so it's great if you have really puffy under eyes. It is on the higher price point side. It is a bit of a splurge, just an FYI. I'm gonna go in and I'm just going to first kind of blend all of this together, mix it all together, but then I'm gonna let it sit for a second. I'm gonna go and do the other side. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of letting the concealer like self-set a little bit. And then I'll go back and blend it all out once it self-sets. By allowing it to self-set for a second, it's letting it dry down slightly. You're gonna get more coverage out of it that way. You notice I didn't use all the foundation. There's quite a bit left. I just used what I need. I think that's one of my biggest tips of advice is like, don't just use it because you have it on your hand and you pumped it out of the bottle. Just use what you need. Don't over apply your foundation. While I'm letting that self set, I also want to share a product that I picked up. This is the Kiehl's. I usually buy this every anniversary. This is the Kiehl's Creme de Corpse body lotion. And this is a huge size. As you can see, this is $65. It normally is a value of $100. And I actually have the refillable packs that I can refill this when I empty it out. So I keep one in Kate's bathroom. I keep one in my bathroom. I love that lotion because it's really hydrating, but it's not too thick or heavy. Okay, now that I let that concealer self-set, it is just blending out so quick, so easy. That Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift almost kind of gives you the look of like, you know how pink powders are all in right now? Using a pink under eye powder to brighten underneath the eye. The Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift is a similar concept, but in a cream form. It's gonna give you that brightness under the eye, but also offer coverage. It's very hydrating, so good. To set everything, I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath loose powder, and I have the shade light medium too. And I'm gonna first start by setting underneath the eyes, the center of the face, and I'm gonna go in with a small flat powder brush. We're gonna load the brush up, tap off the excess off my brush so I don't over apply powder, and then we're gonna go right underneath those eyes and just press that in, setting that concealer to avoid any creasing and also just ensuring that that concealer stays in place all day. Then I'm going to take what's left on my brush and I'm just going to tap it around the nose. I tend to produce more oil right here in the center of the face, so I always want to make sure that I set that area pretty quickly after applying foundation and concealer. And I also like to use a smaller, more dense brush for that just to make sure I really press and pack the shadow in. I do like to use powder on the rest of my face, but you'll see I like to use a larger brush and I do a softer sweeping motion to just lightly set. Okay, perfect. So I have that area set. This powder is really nice. It blurs texture on the skin, so if you have any large pores, you'll just see those kind of disappear. It's almost like you have a little airbrush machine or airbrush tool and you're just seeing all the texture disappear. It's really beautiful. It's very lightweight. Okay, next we're gonna go in with a little bit of a larger brush and I'm gonna take powder and I'm just going to lightly tap it and sweep it on the perimeter of the face right here. Okay, now we are ready to move on with the rest of our complexion. Before we move on, I do want to call out Bobbi Brown's anniversary deal on their Vitamin Enriched Face Base. That's the official name. I love this product. I almost bought some of this yesterday while I was in the store, bought the set, but I already have a backup of this, so I didn't want to have too much stockpiled. I love this. This is like a moisturizer and a primer. It smells incredible. It's a really good primer for makeup if you have dry skin. Highly recommend this. This set, it retails for, like, the value of it is $138, but the anniversary deal is $69. So if you like this product, they do have a set and it's a great time to stock up on it. It is good. Okay, for bronzer, I'm going in with the Jane Iredale Powder Bronzer. This is the lightest shade. And we're just gonna tap this to kind of warm up the face. I like to tap right on the cheekbones, really flattening that brush so that I don't get too harsh of a contour and I get a nice soft diffused look. Then I'm going to take some and I'm going to sweep it right across the hairline and into the forehead. I'm also going to take a little bit and we're just going to sweep it on the side of the nose to kind of bring that warmth in the center of the face. I like this powder bronzer. It's very silky and light, very consistent. It blends beautifully. It's not patchy at all. You can really build it up if you want more pigment payoff, but it's also really beautiful and soft if you use a large brush, if you just want something soft and subtle. And then I'm just going to take a little bit and kind of blend it on my jawline, just so that golden tone on the face looks really natural and it doesn't just look like I've concentrated in one area. It's kind of a sun-kissed glow all over. Perfect. Okay, for blush, I'm gonna go into my little Trish McEvoy planner here, and I wanna share with you, I pulled out this little planner page, and inside of it, I have these little magnetic blushes. And the Trish McEvoy set that's available for anniversary sale, it does come with a little palette similar to this, and you get a similar setup. I don't know that it's the exact same shades, but you get a bronzer, I think you get a highlighter, and then you get a blusher too. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm gonna have all these products listed and linked in the description boxes as well. I think this color is called Happy. I could be wrong. Double check the description box before you purchase so you make sure you're getting the right shade. I'm gonna go in with the same brush, and I'm just gonna pick it up right here on this little part of the brush, tap off the excess, and just tap it right there on the cheeks. This is a really pretty peachy blush to give a little bit of peachy glow to the skin. I like Trish's blush, and actually I hadn't really worn a lot of Trish McEvoy makeup before I bought this planner, and I have to say it's really, really nice. I've really enjoyed all the products that I've tried from hers. There are some that stand out more than others, like her powder bronzer and her powder blush I really love. I just find myself going over my blush a little bit more. It's like, do I have enough blush on? I don't know, I could always use a little bit more. To brighten the eyelids and to prep them for eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with the Eye Base Essential from Trish McEvoy, and I wanted to share this because this comes in a duo with the Instant Eye Lift, and you can pick this up for $60. I think the retail value of this is $82, so you can get both of these in a little bundle set, something to conceal and brighten underneath the eyes, and then something to prep the lids for shadow. What I like about this one is it almost resembles a concealer in some way, but it is very long wearing. It's not going to crease. It's going to add coverage to the lid. So if you have darkness on the eye or veins on the lid and you just want to cover that, this is going to do that. It's also going to just brighten and provide a really even canvas for your eyeshadow. It's going to keep your shadow on all day, and it's also going to make the shadow that you use that much more vibrant because it's basically giving the shadow something to adhere to, something to grip to. Whenever you apply shadow on dry skin, it's not going to be as rich and pigmented as if you apply it on something with a little bit of tackiness. So that's what this does. And I'm using the same brush I use for my concealer. I'm just spreading this out from the lashes up to the brow. I'll probably just use this as my brow highlight. I won't put any shadow underneath there. Okay, perfect. So good. Okay, next we're gonna go in with the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks. They have a set where you get 2 Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks and 2 really good shades. You get it in Golden Pink, which is this one right here. It's a really pretty kind of pinky champagne shade. Highly reflective, really beautiful. And then you also get the shade Smoky Topaz. This one's really pretty. Just like a cool toned taupe shade with some shimmer to it. And then you also get one of their Longwear Cream Shadow Liner Sticks in the shade Rich Chocolate. This is basically like a large eyeliner, but it has a nice pointed tip, so you can still get a thinner line like a traditional smaller pencil, but you can also use it as like a crayon if you want to create a more smokier look or kind of fill in the lid with this and then blend it out. So you get these 3 products in this set, and you get full sizes. If you were to purchase all these individually, it'd be like over $100, but the set you get for $54. And I have said this time and time again, and I stand by it. I think Bobbi Brown makes just the best longwear cream shadow sticks. What I love about them is they're so soft and creamy, so they really just glide on the skin so easily. And you have time to blend them. If you do want to like soften or smudge it out, you have time to do that. But once they dry, they really do stay in place all day long. Now, I typically just wear these. When I wear them, I don't like use them as an eyeshadow primer, but you could if you wanted to use this and then put a shadow on top of it. I just don't really feel the need to do that. So then I'm gonna take a little shadow brush. I just applied the shade Golden Pink, and I'm just gonna kind of blend this out. And I applied it really in the inner corner, first where I applied it. Then I'm gonna take the Smoky Topaz shade, and we're gonna apply that on the outer half of the eye. So we're gonna start first at the lash line, and then just kind of fill in the lid up to the crease. You see how creamy and soft this is? It is so easy to work with. Before I go into the other side, I'm actually gonna blend this one out because I wanna have time to blend it before it completely dries down, especially since this is a darker color. If I go to the other eye and I start using it, by the time I get back to this eye, we might already have a little bit dried down. So I really wanna work with this while I have time to. So I'll use this sometimes as eyeliner, and then I'll use them other times as shadow like I am today. But you can use one color all over, or you can blend, you know, multiple colors together like I'm doing. Smoky Topaz is just like a really beautiful, cool tone, kind of grayish topaz shade, like a taupe color with a little bit of shimmer to it. This would also make a really great eyeliner. Kind of just blend that out just so we have really soft lines, no harsh edges. All right, now I'm going to take a look at the two shades and we're going to tweak a little bit. I'm going to set it with a little bit of shadow. Oh yeah, that's pretty, very pretty. I am going to go in to warm it up a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Trish McAvoy planner and I'm going to go in with a bronzer. This bronzer is really beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit of this bronzer and we're going to take a little bit on this blending brush right on the tip. And we're just going to blend this into the crease, starting from the outer corner into the crease. A little soft added touch. Not necessary, but I do think it makes a difference. It just kind of smokes out and diffuses that crease. And it also sets this with a little bit of powder, just for added longevity. If you have oily eyelids, this could help too. Although the cream shadow sticks wear really well. You don't really need to worry about them creasing, but if you have really oily eyelids, you might want to add a little bit of a powder on top, even if it's a translucent powder. Next, we're going to go in and we're going to line the eyes. I'm going to go in with the Longwear liner stick from the set. This is the shade Rich Chocolate, and I'm going to lay it on its side. I like to start kind of in the center of the lash line and just pull out. And I like to make it a little thicker on the outer corner. You don't have to worry about this being perfect, you guys, because what I'm going to do before this dries down is I'm going to take a smudge brush and we're just going to run this right on top of it to smudge it and soften it and smoke it out and basically fix any errors that we made. It also just gives it a softer look. I love this. So what you really want to focus on is just getting the product onto the eye and really building it up on the most outer corner of the eye. And then just take your smudge brush and really you're just pressing it into that line that you created. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. I love this. This formula is so soft and so creamy. It's very easy to apply. It just glides on the skin. You don't have to tug or pull or put a lot of pressure. And then once you have it on, it's so easy to just blend out. I mean, I don't know if we can zoom in and look at this. This is a little bit messy, but I'm not even worried, you guys. I'm not even worried. The key again is working one eye at a time, so that you don't give this time to dry down before you get to smudging it and smoking it out. I'm just taking this smudge brush and we're just really just pressing it in. It's so easy. Anyone can do this. It's very, very easy. I try and do looks on this channel that are very easy, attainable. Anyone can do, whether you have a lot of experience in makeup or you're just learning makeup. Oh, so good. Okay, now let's take a little look and make sure everything is even. I feel like I got a little thicker on this side, but I'm just gonna come here and kind of work that up a little bit to thicken it. Oh, so good. I love this. Okay, then I'm going to take Smoky Topaz and I'm going to run this on my lower lash line a little bit as liner. I'm going to just take it from the outer corner till about halfway over. And then I'm going to take my smudge brush. I'm going to kind of clean it off. I'm going to dry clean it. And then I'm going to run it right on top of that just to even that out a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Oh, so good. Okay, we are done with the eyes almost. Okay, for mascara, we're going to go in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. The anniversary sale has a duo set of this. You can get two of these for $39. Normally, I think it'd be like $58. Sorry, I'm just referencing my computer here. So you save like 20 bucks almost. I always try and stock up on the essentials during anniversary sale. Products that I know I'm going to use, like mascara, skincare, SPF, body lotion, those types of products. This mascara is a really great volumizing mascara. If you have like very thin lashes, this is going to give a lot of volume and it'll give you a lot of volume quick. You can see as I apply this, the lash just builds and builds. It's so dramatic, but it's not clumpy. It does give some length, but I would definitely say this leans more as a volumizing mascara. I'm going to do a few coats to just really get a full lash here. Obviously I like length and volume, but volume is the thing I need most. I'd rather have a really full, kind of like, you know, shorter lashes than really long, thin lashes. Oh, so good. And what I love about this is you can really, really build and build, and you're not gonna, like, it's not gonna clump. It really isn't. You will reach a point where, you know, you get the maximum potential out of it. Like, it's not gonna continue to get thicker and thicker, but even if you continue to do that, it's not gonna get clumpy. The wand on this is a nice hourglass. It's thinner in the center and fatter and wider on the tip and the end. Just a really good classic volumizing mascara. I love it. I'm going to go in and line the lips with Bobbi Brown lip liner. This is the shade Ballet Pink. And I'm going to take this liner and kind of fill in the lips because I'm actually just going to top this with a pretty sheer gloss. So this is going to act as my lipstick. And the last like makeup deal that I wanted to share with you is this little set from Bobbi Brown. These are their plumping lip serum. I love these. They're a very light tint of color. They feel so amazing on the lips and they give the highest shine without feeling sticky, without feeling heavy. It comes in these two shades. You get Bare Rose and then Bare Pink, I think is the name of this. And this is just a really like kind of clear, like tiny light hint of pink. I'm gonna use Bare Rose just for a little bit more color. They feel like a lip treatment. Like I will sometimes use this right before I go to bed as a lip treatment. Oh, they just feel so good. You can top them over lipsticks because they're pretty sheer in color, but they do provide a little bit of color if you wanna wear them alone. I just recommend using a lip pencil and kind of filling in the lip and then applying that. Oh, they feel so good. And I love how flexible the wand is, applicator. It's nice and flexible, very comfortable to apply. Okay, so this is the finished look. Before we wrap this video up though, I do wanna share one other purchase that I picked up from the anniversary sale. This is the Oribe Gold Lust Home and Away collection. So this comes with a full-size shampoo and conditioner from the Gold Lust collection, and then it also comes with a travel size shampoo and conditioner. What did I pay for this? I paid $102. It retails for $152 value. So this is $152 value. You get it for $102, you save $50. This is the line of shampoo and conditioner that I have in my shower, and I've used this for years. I love Oribe. It is my favorite brand of hair care. It is definitely premium and luxury, but I swear it makes a difference. I color my hair every 6 weeks. I don't have the healthiest of hair, so I have to use products that really just, you know, put that shine and that hydration back in. I use some of their other collections, like their moisture line, and sometimes I'll incorporate their signature line, but the Gold Lust is my like true, like just standard line that's always in my shower. I actually buy the travel size when I travel, and these little guys alone are like, I want to say $15 or $20, maybe a little bit more. So this is a really great value. If you've ever wanted to try Oribe, I always recommend the Gold Lust as a good kind of just general line to start out on. And again, full size and then also travel size. So I picked this up just for me to kind of restock. I knew I would need it. I don't need it now, but I knew I will need it in a matter of time. So that was another anniversary beauty buy that I picked up. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I am going to have all the information for the anniversary sale in the description box below, as well as links to shop all the products, and I will include a shade name. So thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.